Hey there everyone, Kurt Singh here with a Great League battle video, running Medicham on the lead, counter, psychic, and ice punch. With the new move updates, a lot of people thought it might be worse, but it looks like it's ranked number 1 in Great League. Then I got Sableye as my safe swap, Shadow Claw, Return, and Foul Play. It's just an overall good pick with Medicham lurking everywhere. It counters Medicham really well. And then I want to try Diggersby out with the new Scorching Sands, so I'm running that as my closer with Mudshot, Scorching Sands, and Hyper Beam. Let's jump right into the video here. We've got Medicham into Pelipper. It's not a good lead for me. The wing attacks from the Pelipper do super effective. Psychic does hit pretty hard, so I am staying in to try to force a first shield or do a lot of damage. Get the first shield, dip out, get into my Sableye, and I think that I shield this first move. I want to respect the fact that it could be a Hurricane because they got a lot of farm on my Medicham. It is just a Weather Ball. That's totally okay with me. At least my Sableye is still alive. So I'm able to get to a Foul Play against their Registeel. And now I'm not going to shield this move. It's likely going to be the Zap Cannon, and it is, and that's going to do a lot of damage. But that's okay. I reach another Foul Play, so I'll throw that, and this will get their Registeel into the deep yellow. Almost red. One more Shadow Claw, and they go red. The thing that I like about battling against a Registeel is that you almost take no damage from their fast moves, so you can get a lot of farm. I've been learning that that's one area where I can get better with my battling. Is a lot of times I see one, so I switch out right away thinking, oh no, I gotta get out before they hit me with a move. But I can actually get 3, 4, 5 turns of energy before they actually reach, depending on where they're at with energy. And then I can switch out, or I can take that move, shield, and then farm up a little bit more and then switch out or whatever, right? So they're a really good Pokemon to get some good farm against without taking a lot of damage. So that's one avenue where you can, when you're learning how to count and gain energy and keep energy, keep your energy and stuff like that, those are good ones to get against. So here they've got a Steelix in the back, and Steelix also got a new move, Breaking Swipe. So you're seeing a lot of new Pokemon or different Pokemon. I have not tried several of them yet. I haven't tried, but I'm excited to try to find a good Pokemon to use. What is it? The grass one, the Trailblaze on, and see how that does. I've heard some interesting information about that one, that it's pretty good against Swampert and stuff like that. It can one-shot it depending on where you hit it. So look forward to trying that. Anyways, I get to my second Scorching Sand there, and they just gave up. I was about to take them out anyway, so that's a good game for my opponent. And you can see there I'm rank 8. In the 2 days I did do 50 battles, and I got up to rank 11. I still have 3 sets to do today. I've done a couple this morning. So here they got a Trevenant into my Sableye, so that's really good for me. I like Sableye in this so far. Got a lot of Medichams, a couple Sableyes, or Trevenants. Sableye is just a solid, good safe swap. Can do a lot of neutral damage on things with Foul Plays. Return, the Shadow Claws, they add up. I've been seeing a handful of Frostlasts as well. Actually, my next video is going to feature Frostlasts, and they're really good. Sableye is really good against Frostlasts. So it's a good pick. Just to touch on the Frostlass, or even like this Dugong here, I've been noticing a little bit more ice because your Glingar and stuff like that got such a buff. So a lot of people are using more of the ground flying types, like Diggersby here in my video. So definitely an interesting start to the season. A lot of new Pokemon out there and some new moves. So you gotta try to think of what people are using and which ones and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go for a Psychic here. And Psychic's, I think, the way to go against an opposing Medicham. Does the most kind of neutral damage. So I switch into my Diggersby. That's not ideal against Medicham. The Ice Punches and Counter are super effective. But I needed to... What did I do? I switched out. Get to the Hyper Beam. I was too busy talking about other Pokemon and stuff to know if I know what their back Pokemon is right now. So I land the Hyper Beam, and now they're able to farm me down, but I come in and I think one counter, and I take them out, and that's a good game. So like I say, right now I'm not sure if I knew what was in the back or not, but good game to my opponent. Sandslash on the lead, really good start for me. They switch into Cresselia, so I answer with my Sableye. This is ideal for Sableye, although they can be running Moonblast, so I do respect that. It is the Moonblast, so that's a really good shield. And I'm at almost 2 foul plays, so I'll throw the first one. This is going to do decent damage or get a shield. Does a huge chunk, gets him deep into the red, and I could have thrown the foul play, but at this point I decided, you know what, I can take the shield and I can farm down and leave with a bunch of energy. I'm almost at back-to-back foul plays again, and now I can threaten the Sandslash. One foul play is going to do about half health, just about, with half health with a Shadow Claw. So I get to another one. This will be forcing them to get a shield or take it out. So they give up a shield. Then I can bring in my Medicham. They've got an Azumarill in the back. So this isn't ideal, but actually Medicham can tank any one move. It can, they'll need to get to 2 play roughs to take me out for sure. And the Psychic does add up, as you can see there, a Psychic and the counters, and they're into the yellow. So it does add up. They get to a play rough, and that gets me deep into the red again. But I am at another Psychic, so this will likely force their last shield, or no, they let it go. So here I think I'm going to be able to counter them down actually, but I throw just before, just because I wanted to take them out and see what they have in the back. Oh no, it is Sandslash, that's right, that's their last Pokemon. So I wanted to make sure that they didn't take me out with the Azumarill and then have a play rough for my Medicham or my Sableye. Okay, so good game there. Jellicent into Medicham. Horrible lead for me. With this team as well, I did go 3-2, I think, and then 2-3 twice. And I think I might have had another 3-2. So it wasn't like super solid for climbing and stuff like that, but also could partly be my gameplay. Just, I know that playing it, I definitely was like, oh, why did I switch into that and stuff like that a handful of times. But it was fun to play. But definitely a lot of tricky with the matchups that I have, or the lineup that I have. Definitely some tricky matchups to go through. So I get to an Ice Punch here. And Jellicent is one, actually, I'm remembering now while watching this. I ran into a lot of Jellicents, and they were definitely an issue because Medicham in the lead, you don't want to switch out into Sableye, but you don't want to switch into Diggersby either because the Surfs would just destroy you. So your best answer is Sableye, but you don't want to switch out to it because then they'll switch and you'll be locked against it and stuff, so it's tricky that way. So I eat a Wild Charge, and they're at another one, and I have no shield, so this will be taking me out. Wild Charge 2 come through, bring back in Medicham and do 2 counters, and that takes it to double. They bring back in the Jellicent, and I throw the Ice Punch. Is this the battle that I do get the shield, so that was good. And then I'm able to switch and catch what should be the Shadow Ball. It's the Shadow Ball, so I catch that on my Diggersby. And then they switch into an Innovan Stunfisk, get to a Scorching Sands about the same time that they're out of move, and I think it's just a Mud Bomb. It is a Mud Bomb, so that no big deal, just kind of tickles a little bit. See what the Scorching Sands does to the Stunfisk there. It does almost half health, and they give up. So good match to my opponent there as well. Medicham into Carbink. This is actually a decent matchup for Medicham because the counters super effective against rock, not or resisted by the fairy, so it's kind of neutral. That counter just does a lot of damage as it is, so it adds up. And then you can do Psychic or Ice Punch. Psychic does a little bit more damage. They switch into a Medicham, so I do throw the Psychic, get a shield, and then switch into my Sableye. And I'm pretty safe not to shield anything here. Psychic is, I'm pretty sure, the hardest hitting move that they would be able to throw, and as you saw, it didn't do very much at all. So I get to a foul play here. Not sure if they paused there, debating giving up, or trying to think of what to do, or if they were just upset or what. But take them out. Almost back-to-back foul plays. Throw the first one. Does almost nothing to Carbink. At this point, I'm just trying to get some chip. Get as much damage as I can off onto this thing. And the Foul Blaze and the Shadow Claws are starting to add up. The Rock Throws are going to farm me down, but I'm able to get another Foul Play off before they take me out. I actually forced a shield, their last shield, and I still have 2 shields, so now I can come in with Diggersby. And the Mud Shots are super effective. And the reason I did that is so I didn't lock my Medicham in against it in case they had like a Steelix or a Bastiodon or something like that in the back as well. I wanted to be able to, or a Registeel or something like that. I wanted a good counter available. So block the Ice Punch, and then I think they gave up. See, they paused again there, so I don't know if they were having internet issues or if they had just given up, because here they throw. But Medicham will live whatever they throw. It's just Rock Slide, no big deal. Get to the Psychic and throw that, and that'll be taking out the Carbink. So it'll be a good game there. Into the next match. Got Wigglytuff into Medicham. This is, again, kind of a tricky one because the charms are just shredding through Medicham, and it would destroy Sableye as well. So I don't want to switch into my safe swap. So I stay in and throw a Psychic. I do get the shield. So then I switch into Diggersby, and they catch on to a Ninetales. So that's not ideal, but it does a solid chunk of damage for it being an ice type. I'm able to get to another Scorching Sands here, so this should drop their defense or their attack again. So now their attack has fallen twice, and they're farming for days here. Get to another one, and they let that go as well. I've almost completely taken it out before they even throw a move. So at this point, I'm going to shield up the Ice Beam and try to farm them down. I'm able to farm down, so that's positive for me. I've got both their shields, and I'm not quite able to get that move off before their Wigglytuff throws the move. So I shield up, it's another Ice Beam, and then I'm able to get to the Scorching Sands. I believe this will take out the Diggersby, or the Wigglytuff. Not quite. So I switch back into my Medicham to counter down and get rid of that thing. And in the back they've got a Togekiss, so it's a triple fairy team here, and I'm like double weak to fairy. So I switch into my Sableye, and my thought here is if I can just reach a return, and I'm able to get to the return, takes out the Togekiss. Good game to my opponent, And thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one.